Buongiorno, my name is Dante and welcome to Draw My Life. Today, many scholars call me the father of modern Italian language because of my masterpiece, The Divine Comedy. But in reality, I'm just a normal man. The Divine Comedy is where I tell my experiences since the moment Virgil, the man who inspired me to start writing, comes to me. My masterpiece is divided into three main items: Inferno, Purgatorio, and Paradiso, and every item has many cantos. Today, I will explain to you a little bit more about canto number 17 in Purgatorio.
In this canto, we were in the purgatory, and it was like you were trapped on a misty mountain and couldn't see anything. But the sunlight was just able to make its way through the fog, and when at last you can see the sky again, it is to realize the sun is about to set, and you're about to go from darkness into more darkness. I try to follow Virgil because he seems trusty, and then I start thinking about fantasy. I think fantasy is made possible by human contemplation of an external object. But how does fantasy work in the absence of an external object to contemplate? Then, I have a fantasy of wrath. It might have been because I was on the terrace of the wrathful. Anyway, I had the image of Procne, who was turned into a nightingale for her sin of wrath because of her sister Philomela, who was a great beauty and even inspired the lust of her own brother-in-law. Then there is another sinner of wrath, the crucified body of Haman, who was the counselor for King Ahasuerus of Persia.
Then this image bursts, and another one replaces it. Lavinia, a beautiful girl who cries and laments for her dead mother that has committed suicide. But when I'm getting to see lots of mythological people, my visions stop and I come back to my senses and see a really bright light. There is no one on it, only a voice saying, "Here one can ascend." Virgil comes and explains to me it was an angel who has kindly offered us to lead us for the fourth terrace. Following the angel, we climb a stairway. Just as I put my foot on the first step, the angel wings flap and a voice cries out, "Batti pacifi, dos frios evil angel." Night falls as we only make it to the top of the stairs. I feel as a ship which has just touched the shore. As I ask Virgil that what will this new terrace will bring, and he says the slothful.
Virgil, my master, starts making some lectures and orders me to pay attention, because since we're stuck in this terrace for the night, I might as well learn something while we're resting. He talks to me about love from a theological point of view. He says all creatures created by God are capable of love, and that there are two types of love, natural and mental. Virgil says natural love is infallible, but mental love can choose to love the wrong thing or err in loving too much or too little. If mental love is directed towards God first and foremost, it will not succumb to evil. However, if it turns towards evil or does not love God above all other things, then it is turning against its maker. So finally, the big message, according to my conductor, is that love is the sole motivation of every action, whether it promotes virtue or vice, and entities cannot hate themselves because love is always concerned with the well-being of the lover. And since no being creates itself, it cannot be separated from God. Thus, it cannot hate God. He at last says that ill love can only mean faulty love for one's neighbor. This type of love consists of three categories: pride, envy, and wrath.